Youssef Al-Shamari, CEO of CMarkits. Good morning, Youssef, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Alexandra. Very pleased to join you.
So I'd like to kick off with your expectations at this point, considering also the Delta variant that is certainly disturbing equity markets. First of all, do you think that the crude oil market has to be concerned about what's going on with the Delta variant and everything that's going on in the United Kingdom?
Well, for me as an analyst, certainly I'd be concerned, but the market doesn't seem to be concerned, given the current situation that we are seeing in terms of prices. If you can look at just the rally that has been going on the WTI over the past couple of weeks, when even Brent, we've seen now Brent and WTI trading at $76 for Brent and around $72, $73 for WTI. Even WTI even reached $74. So in my view, that the market seems very bullish, and it's expecting to be that it will be because of the some sort of undersupply. If we look at the U.S. oil inventories, currently they are below 460 million barrels, and that is just their level before the pandemic. And this is very good news about demand picking up, especially in the United States. We've seen some previous forecasts coming from Bank of America and some others that prices can reach $100 next year. In my view, there are two scenarios here. If we continue to see the current policy from OPEC Plus, yes, I think then the market will continue in its way, the rally that can even exceed the current $76 for a Brent. And that is mainly because inventories could be slightly lower than the levels that the market would actually expect. On the other hand, if there has been any kind of, let's say, lockdown issues, especially from the spread of the Delta variant in some countries other than the UK, then I'd be some mainly concerned about the jet fuel demand in here, because aviation sector is just recovering from the pandemic, and it is still sensitive to any, of course, government regulations will be on alert if there is any spread of Delta variant in any countries, that can lead, of course, to suspending flights, and that can affect the jet fuel demand again. But I believe just looking at the comments coming from the Secretary General of OPEC at the JTC just a few minutes ago, I would expect OPEC to keep the to increase the supply this month by about 500,000 barrels, no more, despite the current rally in prices. And I would expect the market to continue to rally because, in my view, if OPEC is not pumping up more than 500,000, more than like the already announced agreement, then the market will take that as a bullish signal and it would expect to be undersupplied. But would that rally be sustainable after the summer? That will certainly depend on the situation.
No, that's extremely interesting. I was wondering if you expect that this crude oil bull run, if we can call it like that, might continue into the second quarter of the year, or we've already seen the best of it. Okay, I guess we lost for a second Youssef Al-Shamari. We're going to try to get him back online, that's for sure. In the meantime, I just wanted to show you the precious metals, which are on the other side, losing some, some percentage points over there. We have the gold, which is off about 1.20%. Then we have, of course, the silver, which is off about 1.4%. And not to forget the copper, which also lived its great bull run throughout these 12 months, that's for sure. But we have, I guess, once again, Youssef Al-Shamari, I was wondering, do you think this bull run might continue into the second quarter? Into the second half of the year, considering that we might have seen already the best of it?
That is possible, yes. Of course, if OPEC continues in its current policy and U.S. shale oil stays fixed at 11 million barrels, then I would expect the prices to continue to rally throughout the second half of this year until August or September.
On the other side, do you think that the OPEC has to retouch its supply numbers. You said that you're expecting 500 barrels per day in August, but do you think that's the correct number?
Well, that is already a pre-announced number, and OPEC continues to be cautious about providing any extra barrels to the markets. And especially, by the way, I would say here, I think Saudi Arabia is taking kind of making that influence. It continues to follow a cautious policy, and that is being kind of accepted by all OPEC Plus members. So here we also need to think about something, which is the current rally in the prices. Of course, there are some talks in Vienna going on between the US and Iran, and any lift on the sanctions from Iran, if that could bring Iranian crude into the markets, then that kind of can slow the rally in prices. So possibly OPEC is also putting that on the consideration. So I would expect them, possibly they know that the prices will continue to pump if they don't pump any more barrels, and I believe they're fine with that. I think they will continue to follow that policy because of possibly any kind of oversupply that can happen in Q4 or Q3 from this year, given the Delta variant, and also possible returns of Iranian crude.
Yeah, but don't you think that Iranian crude oil is already on the market?
Not in
or at least part of it.
Part of it, yes, but still not like when it is officially sold, because Iran used to pump something like 2.4 million barrels in the just last couple of months. But if the sanctions are lifted, we're talking about more than 3 million barrels. And that can reach even to 4 million barrels by 2022. So there is a much significant add if the sanctions are lifted. Also, they sell the crude in discounts. Possibly that won't be the case if the sanctions are lifted, and they can certainly trade with more partners. Now their main traders is China, but if the sanctions are lifted, when we're talking about India, we're talking about possibly Europe, and certainly that will kind of provide a different, let's say, add to how the market image will look like.
All right. Thank you very much, Youssef Al-Shamari, CEO of CMarkits. Thank you for joining us. And of course, have a great day ahead.
You too. Thanks.